Welcome back to Is This Thing On with your girl Lay Okay. This week I had a completely different video plan. But I was talking to one of my clients and he gonna say, "You just got like this." And I was like, "No, I've been like this." And it also made me realize that people meet you in different seasons of your life, that sometimes they'll identify you by your trauma and not by your real identity. So if you see me at the club, half naked, I was sad, I was depressed, I was broken, I was mad at God. Depression, sadness don't always look like just crying tears. Sometimes it look like fun. So we're gonna rewind, and I'm gonna tell you all the story about the last straw that almost broke the camel's back. Okay? I'm gonna start from the beginning, and we're gonna work our way to there. My entire life, since a little girl, I always see myself being somebody, doing something in my life, like leaving an impact. I always knew since a little girl I will create generational wealth. Just knew it. I don't know, always said it, always prayed about it, just always believed it. And that scripture, we live by believing, not by seeing. We walk by faith, not by sight. So that's that. Shoot, I had a hard childhood, but I'll make another video about that later. It was tough. But more of the story, I ended up going to college for 2 years. But college for me wasn't education or just education. It was more so an escape for myself. It was the first place I was able to say, who is Elijah and what would she like to do with her life? And so I left college. I didn't finish because that's not who I was, and that's not what I wanted out of life. I wanted more, and I didn't want that. So more of the story. I came back home and I was working like a slave, honey. 2 to 3 jobs, just working. That's all I know. And it got to a point that I just started to outgrow my environment and was ready to take that leap of faith. And I was going to move to Vegas. And I remember talking to my mentor at the time, telling her, like, yeah, I'm about to move to Vegas. And she was like, for what? And I was like, because I don't want to be here. And she was like, yeah, I don't want you to be there either. Come here or whatever. So I moved to Atlanta. Cool. More of the story, my mentor had this girl. She had moved to Atlanta. She wanted her to help make some designs or something. And I had told her about like what I heard about her from the city, how she like scam people and stuff. And she was like, what did she say? She was like, mentor her. Like, I told her everything. She like, mentor her. Because one thing about me, I'm not judgmental. I was just letting her know what was going on. So she not caught in the midst of that. So I was like, okay, I got you. One day she called my mentor, telling her how her boyfriend beat her, crying. She told me, I told her she can come here. So she came. I did not make her pay nothing because like I gotta pay the rent before you got here. I'm gonna have to pay it when you leave. And no matter what, the rent gonna have to get paid. And it was getting paid prior. So I was like, just focus on your dreams, making clothes, whatever. So she did that. Eventually she left, went back with her boyfriend. Atlanta just was not working for me. So I was getting about to go back to Cleveland. My friends called me and was like, come to Vegas. So, I moved there. More of the story, because all of these going to be separate videos because my whole life is a testimony. So I'll tell you all of those things later. I'm just trying to get to the main point of what happened to me that made me stray away from God. So I had moved there and I lost everything. But I had learned that God was real. Like, I didn't know he was real. I asked him. He showed me. And I gave him my time. But in that time, I was going to the park from 7 in the morning to about 9, 8 o'clock at night, like until it was getting dark outside. So in that time, I was developing a relationship with God. I was getting to know him. He showed me within 1 week of me sitting in his presence that my gift was to speak. So I started to speak motivationally. I started making little motivational videos on Instagram. Not a lot, just a couple. It's at the bottom of my Instagram reels currently since 2020. It was in 2021 when I first met God. And in that time, he was actually teaching me about the secrets of this world, like the celebrities, the sacrificing, what we eat, and like God was already telling me that stuff. I don't know, it was just downloaded in my spirit. Well, I do know. And if you know God, you have a relationship with him, he'll tell you things even if other people don't know it. But we're in 2026, so all the stuff that I know and what he taught me, it's already out. It's coming out. But he was teaching me about frequencies in music, how it subconsciously affects our own thought process. That's why the people who own the jails, the people who own the record labels are the same people who own the jails, by the way. It's programmed. It's set up to send you there. But whatever. Well, that's going to be another video for another time. So just more of the story. I had ended up coming back home to Cleveland. And the only friend I had, she lived in Atlanta, the girl that always stayed with me. The only friend I had, she called me one day. She the only person even know I'm back in Cleveland. She called me and she crying and she like, her boyfriend just beat her up. She just had a miscarriage. She didn't even know she was pregnant. Mind you, I'm got my own stuff going on. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm all of these things because I didn't accomplish what I set out. I had a wig business. I set out to make that successful, and it did not happen like what I imagined anyway. Well, I guess when do life ever go to plan? Go as planned. But you know, I'm 20. I'm 21. Like, shoot, I'm sad. This is my first real like. Shoot, I thought I was gonna do everything I set out to do when I left and moved out of town. So, whatever. I ended up telling her I'll come get her. She asked, can she stay with me? And I told her, like, no, you can't stay with me because I'm staying with my peoples or whatever. She's like, okay, come get me, whatever. I was like, all right, I'll come to get you tomorrow. I didn't have money for gas because I was depressed. I didn't have a job. I just got home within a few days. So, cool. I asked my brother for the money. Look at my heart. Going to look out for somebody else and I don't even got nothing. Like, I'm sad. I'm depressed. Who's going to be there for me? But that's my heart. I went and that's why he said, protect your heart from everything flows from there. That's scripture. Anyways, I went to go down there. Drove 10 hours. As soon as I get there, she outside. Like, she by my car. He behind her. She like, I'm not leaving. Because she had called me 2 hours in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, she wait till I get there. Completely there to say I'm not coming. I ain't even get mad. Cause I had a lot going on. I was already in a bad place. I'm just like, cool, just make me a dress. Just told her to make me a dress for my birthday or whatever. I would just stay for a little bit. So we was just chilling or whatever. And if you don't understand spiritual stuff, this video not for you. Moral of the story, I don't know. It was like the Holy Spirit was working through me. God was speaking through me to speak to them. I knew that they was working with a celebrity. Her boyfriend was working with a celebrity and was supposed to be getting signed or was getting signed to him or was signed to him. Not sure exactly if signed or was getting signed, whatever. I knew that they was working with him. I mean, she was posting it. They was posting it that they was working with him. Cool. Whatever. I don't care what people do with their personal life. I'm not a judgmental person, baby. I'm not God. But I remember she was like, I don't know how we really got to this. I don't know if it was the first day, second day, what day it was. But I don't know where this came from. It's just like God was using me. And I just asked the mom, like, you okay with being sacrificed? And the mom say, yes. Even the Bible talks about sacrifices or talk about you have to take sacrifices or something like that. And I was in my head like, I don't think they're talking about bodies. But, you know, I'm just like, oh, okay, because it's not me. I'm really not talking. I don't even realize. And the whole time, everybody is in a room, but nobody touching me. And I'm literally, like, getting through to the floor, standing back up, talking to her. I don't even remember everything I said. I just remember saying that. I'm getting thrown to the floor, everything. I'm not even realizing it's really happening because this is not me. This was God. And it's like, none of them like, is you okay? Like, is you cool? They just standing there. Like, I don't know. I take it as, when I look back on it, I take it as God was giving them a way out, but they didn't take it. And I was supposed to be sacrificed. But you're going to hear the rest of the story. So I asked her whatever. She said yes. Cool. I don't know if it was the same day or the next day. I think it was the next day or so. Because I'm still, like, oblivious, clearly. I'm not even there. I'm not even realizing all this stuff happened. I'm not realizing I just got thrown back and forth off the floor. I'm not realizing I'm in a room full of demons, clearly. So, what happened? Oh, so the next day I'm doing his mama hair. I remember, I was doing her hair because she told me, my friend told me, like, oh, yeah, we supposed to be going to, like, an industry party or whatever. Like, she said the celebrity name, saying his party or whatever. And I was like, who? I was like, I'm not going. And she was like, we got to. Mind you, God was just teaching me about what celebrities do and stuff. I don't care to be around them. But if this was me before God taught me all this stuff, before I knew God, I would have been like, yes, I can get my wigs out. I can get my name out. I can get my business out. That's how I would have thought. Money, business. But when I knew what I knew, I was like, no, I'm cool. She was like, we got to go. So in my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to drop them off and I'm going to slide. Cool. Doing the mama hair. Like, we eating stuff. Cool. I'm doing the mama hair. I'm having all these thoughts, all this stuff just coming in my head. So I'm going to look for her to go tell her what's on my head. I got her burp. Went to the back room because the bathroom door was closed. Went to the back room and her boyfriend was laying on the bed, sleep. It was a dark figure above him, looking like it was dying. And I take it as God was saying his soul was dying. He was spiritually dead, or he was spiritually dying. I start screaming. Fear hit me, just hit me. I'm like, he dying, he dying. Like, I'm low-key going crazy. Nobody comes out and like, what you talking about? What? Leisure, what's wrong? Nothing. They didn't even get up. They didn't even get up. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm telling her all this stuff, and she just making me seem like I'm crazy, and then her eyes is black. I didn't even grab a key and nothing. I ran out the house. I just ran out the house. Ran to the top of the hill, was throwing up and stuff. Got to the top of the hill. I sat down, and she pulled up like 10 minutes later. She's like, oh, I was looking for you. She didn't even call me, text me. My phone was still in my hand. She didn't call or text me or nothing. And then she didn't even stop. She was walking in the store like, oh, I was looking for you. Like everything normal. Like I ain't just say that nigga was dying. Like I ain't just, like all this crazy stuff ain't been happening. So I ran down the street. Called a boy. I can only call the boy that we both know. Me and my mentor are not cool. So I'm like, all right, this is the only person I can call. So I call him. When I call him, you know, he come. He just driving me around trying to get me to calm down. So I ended up starting my period. So we had to get some pads. So then we went back to their house. So I go straight inside the bathroom. I'm scared. Put the pad on, get on the couch, and I'm like this. She like, apologize to him. You said he dying. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was scared as shit. Like, sorry for cussing. But like, I was so scared. Like my body, like I was just so scared. I can't explain how scared I was, y'all. Like, I'm not scared of nothing or nobody. But it was something on me, like a spirit of fear on me. And God don't give us no spirit of fear. So, the boy leave. She go in the back. He going to the back. He like cutting off all the lights. And when he get by me, by like the edge of the couch, this probably don't sound scary to y'all, but he whisper in my ear like, you good? But he said it in like a low voice close to my ear and then cut the light off after I said it. I was like, But I'm still not really sure what's going on, but I know something not right, but I can't put my finger on it. So as soon as that last light went off, I heard their door shut. I looked at the mom and said, where my purse? She said, with like an attitude or whatever. I got up, put that flashlight on, grabbed my keys, my purse, left my clothes and my shoes at that house, ran out the house, got inside the car, started driving. I'm just having all these crazy thoughts, all this stuff, I'm just low-key spiraling. I ended up leaving my car on the side of the freeway. I ended up hiding in the woods. I said the woods. My brother just said the other day it was like some trees and some bushes. But I went and I hid, called my brother to come get me. He drove all the way to Tennessee and I stayed hiding that whole time. I thought people was out to get me. I was scared. I was all this since. I was frantic, bro. And just the moral of the story, I ended up in the hospital for before that, my brother came to get me. I ended up getting alive. And I ended up trying to tell people how they try to sacrifice me. I was talking about God and I was like, people keep doing me wrong. And I was like, they sound like people keep doing me wrong. And I'm a good person. I have a pure heart. I do good to people. I was bringing up scripture, and I ain't never remembered the Bible or nothing. So the scripture was just coming out of me. And then I know I did say, like, I'm God. I don't remember everything I said, but I know that I said I'm God. And there was just so much more stuff that I said. But I'm frantic. I'm just going crazy. Because what I just seen, what I just experienced was out of this world, actually. Went to the hospital. Was in the hospital for a whole month and a half, fighting to get back to myself. Like the lights was on, but nobody was home. Like I was there, but I wasn't there. I was not myself at all. Come home, talking to people, like two of my friends or whatever. I'm hearing that people saying, oh, they thought I was in a car. Oh, I sold my soul. That had me in such a deeper hole than what I was in. Because it's just like, y'all know me. Y'all know my character. Sold my soul, nigga, where the money at? Like, it's just like people start trying to diminish your character and don't even know what you just been through just because they can't wrap their heads around what you just went through or what you're going through or what just happened to you. You don't even know what I just experienced or what I just seen. And it kind of hurt. That hurted my feelings. And I wanted to kill myself. And it's not just because of what I went through and the environment that I was just in. It was more so the simple fact that people just forgot about who I just was and just start tearing me down to others, saying I did this, I'm doing demonic stuff, like, and I ain't even trying to cry. Just like, it just makes me teary out, because it's just like how fast people switch up on you just because what other people got to say. Or that's like, we in a world full of followers. Everybody want to follow each other instead of having their own mind. Like, no, this my friend, I actually grew up with her. Or, oh no, I just talked to her a couple of days ago, I was just talking to her last week. No, something ain't right. She just went through something. No, Leja ain't with the devil. Leja don't worship the devil. Leja ain't sell her soul. Leja ain't in no cult. I know her. She a light. She's a ball of light. I've always been kind. I've always been sweet. It was people that was literally DMing or commenting on it, talking about some. I didn't even see the comments because my family deleted it before, but I hear that they talking about some, oh, I knew she always been crazy. I knew she was crazy. I knew this, putting me down, sending me hate DMs. Like, oh my goodness. Like, is y'all okay? Is y'all good? Because I ain't did nothing, but I ain't never did nobody wrong. I've always been calm, sweet, loving, motivational, uplifting, and a helping hand to any and everybody that's been around me. So it's just crazy how people do you, how they switch up on you. That sent me in a spiral. I thought of so many ways to kill myself. Every time my family would leave the house, I was thinking about ways to hang myself on a shower rod, hang myself in a basement. But I am an overthinker, so I'm like, what if I hang myself, it fall, or like I fall down and I hit my head and now I'm slow? I think too much, even in the crucial situations. I'm thinking too much. But it was just like the thought of killing myself, the thoughts of suicide was consuming me so bad. I had to tell somebody. So I went to go tell my brother. And I grew up in a tough household, by the way. So I told my brother that I've been thinking about killing myself. And he was like, nigga, what? After everything you've been through, you gonna let this shit take you out? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. But no, I still was sad. But it helped me to be like, he right. I haven't went through everything I went through to give up now. I ain't come this far to stop now. So, moral of the story, and I don't know, well, I think I did mention this. Moral of the story, they was trying to sacrifice me. Period. And with that being said, y'all be judging people or putting people down, and y'all don't really know who people are in the eyes of God. And I was under attack because of the gift that I have on my life. I'm marked, I'm called, I'm chosen. Do you see how I got this voice? And how I'm able to break people free of bondage with my words? How I'm able to inspire people to chase more and to get freedom and not to be in a system? To chase purpose and not to be a slave to the system? The enemy don't want somebody like me still standing, baby. Did you hear about Job? Did you hear about Joseph? He had a calling over his life and his brothers got him, put him in jail. Did you hear about them? Those things ain't just stories, that's real life. So, with all that to say, being sad, depressed, that don't always look how you think it look. Most people that go to the club, that's always drinking, that's always out, that's out every weekend or every day, they broken. They sad. They trying to escape their world. They got a lot going on. They don't know how to process it. And that's their way to relieve stress. That's their way to escape what they're feeling instead of sitting with themselves and growing and developing. And that whole time when I was partying for the 1.5 years, 2 years, I did not talk to God the entire time. I knew he was real. I could not doubt that. But I strayed away from him. I stayed away from him because I was mad. I was sad. I couldn't believe he allowed me to go through this. But what doesn't kill you make you stronger. So God wouldn't remove you from a season he know he could develop you in. What I tell you, when I first met God, a few months before this happened to me, he was teaching me about celebrities. He always prep you before he puts you in a season to be tested. And back when I was telling my friends all the stuff about celebrity stuff and all this stuff, I remember talking to my niece while I'm in the hospital. When I finally came to myself, I was like, they try to sacrifice me. She's like, yeah, girl. Like, she didn't get it. Like, people will write you off as crazy or write you off as if you don't know what you're talking about because they never experienced this type of stuff. They never been through what you've been through. They don't have the calling that you have over your life. So y'all should probably stop trying to just dismiss people and listen to understand than listen to speak or judge someone. We live in a world where y'all think that y'all don't even realize that everything is spiritual. It's more spiritual than physical. Just like people who got schizophrenia or all these things that the doctor tried to diagnose you with, that's spiritual, babes. It's spiritual, and I'll break that down in a whole nother video. But everything is spiritual. We don't fight against flesh and blood enemies with principalities and authorities in the unseen world. If you feel like you're always under attack, it's because God has called you. And the reason I'm still standing is because I still stood for God. Regardless if I did stray away from God, I wasn't talking to him, I still had fruits of the Spirit. I never did people how they did me. What I went through, I took it out on myself. I put myself down. I beat myself down. I uplifted everybody else because I wish I had that. That's one thing I never got in my life. I had a hard life. My whole life is a testimony. And even just talking about this, I didn't even really want to talk about this stuff. I didn't want to tell y'all this. Because y'all judge people already anyway. But God told me to. Because he wants y'all to know. I know who I am. I know what he called me to be. I know where I'm going to be in life. But I know there's somebody out here in the world that's counting on me to be the person that God called me to be. To be obedient to the Father, to set them free. So, if you feel like you're going through so much right now and nobody understands, I do. I've been through so much, but I realized that the only time we lose is when we fall and we stay there. As long as we keep getting back up, it's inevitable that you will win. Galatians 6:9. Do not get weary for doing what is right, for at the right time, you will reap a harvest of blessing if you keep going. And we're not talking if, we talking when. And that's why I always say that. Because I am a prime example of that. Anybody else it's people who done been through the same thing I did and never got up. Out of their mind, crazy, on drugs, dead. I wanted to stay down, but I got back up. So that's why I was going out and partying. I was trying to get back to myself. But in that time, I forgot who I was. I forgot I was this person. I forgot I used to be like this. I forgot I used to motivate. I forgot that I was ambitious and driven. I forgot. I lost myself in the process. I had to refine me. And this was hard. It was hard. The calling is heavy. It's heavy. I got to carry my cross every day, baby. It ain't an easy walk, but I'm walking it. And that's all God calling you to do. He says, show up as the person he called you to be. He gonna help you. Because if it was up to me, I would have been gave up. I would have been through in the towel. But it's only because of God's grace and his mercy that has kept me and saved me, bro. I'm only here tonight because of God's grace. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Just keep getting back up. You can't lose. I don't care what you go through. I don't care what you've been through. Get up. He said the godly may stumble 7 times, but they will get back up again. One fall is enough to overthrow the wicked, babes. When you're a child of God, he ain't going to let you fall. He ain't going to let you fail. He ain't never tell you it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You got to just keep going. You got to keep pushing. You will make it to the finish line. You will make it to where you set out. No, it's not going to happen fast. Life is a marathon. But you will make it to the finish line. Life is a marathon, but you will make it to the finish line. And all your dreams and aspirations is possible. But the only way that you will achieve them is being set apart. Your originality is what separates you. Your authenticity is what takes you to your destiny. And I feel so much better to let that out, that I can finally speak on that. I was thinking to make a video about that after I got out the hospital, but I was like, no, I don't got nothing to prove to y'all. And I didn't want to tell y'all because people already had stuff to say about me. People was already trying to beat me down and put me down. And then seeing what I went through, try to refer me, I gave them another chance. And then other people in my life, seeing those videos, seeing what I went through, heard some of the stuff that I've told them of what I went through, just to come in my life again, just to beat me down even more. Like, man, what the hell? What be wrong with y'all? I'm just, no, it's not even I'm convinced. Most of y'all really be evil, bro. Y'all need to do some inner work. Y'all need to work on yourself. Y'all need to heal. Y'all need to grow, bro, because hurt people. But heal people, heal people. And that's what I'm here for. I get on here and I motivate y'all, but I put myself in a box. I ain't no motivational speaker, nigga. I'm a revolutionary, period. That's what we on. I'm changing the world one speech at a time with my voice. It can start off small, but baby, it's going to make it to exactly who God wanted to be. So just with all that being said, don't let the things you've been through, your trials and tribulations, beat you down, destroy you, or keep you down. Allow that to be the thing that pushes you forward. Pain, struggle, pushes you into purpose. But the purpose is on the other side of getting up. The things that you want out of this life is on the other side of keep going. The bridge between where you are and where you want to be is consistency. It's showing up, getting back up, never giving up. And me going through that, it ain't nothing in this life that can stop me or that I will allow to stop me, baby. I'm coming after it all. It's all mine. He said when you catch the enemy, he gotta pay back sevenfold. Nigga, give me mine. Give me mine. For real. But hopefully this motivated somebody. Hopefully this helps somebody to get to where they're going. Oh, let me actually just add this. With all that being said, God never called you to be nice. He called you to be calm. Being too nice will get you hurt. Be calm. But also you have to put yourself first. How could you be helping others if you are empty? You can't pour from an empty cup. And who fills you up when you're down? Exactly. I had nobody but God. Nobody filled me up. I've been down a lot of times. And the reason that, and I know that everything orchestrated because God knew that I was going to go through what I was going to go through. I was going to do what I was going to do. But the reason that I'm not as far as I can be is because I stopped to help a lot of people on the way. Put you first. Set boundaries. Boundaries is love, babes. That's why God have boundaries for us. That's why he wants us to do certain things. Boundaries is love. And you can't truly love yourself if you allow people to do you wrong over and over. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Forgive them, but don't refriend them. Everybody can't go. That's what's going on. Everybody cannot go. And I know you want to, if you are a person like me, if you anything like me, I know you want to help the world. But everybody don't want help, bro. They just don't want you to get there. They want you to do good, just not better than them. And sometimes something about you and the light that you bring put a light on their demons. And it makes them go within and see what they're lacking. And now they're ready to destroy you. Jealousy and envy kills. Get away from them people. Get away from them. Get away from them. Set boundaries. Love yourself. Put yourself first. That's the main message of this message. I was at my lowest and I went to help somebody else and they try to take me out. And also, just to add, they never went to the party. But I love y'all. And we gonna get through this. We gonna be all right. We gonna make it exactly where God wants us to be. It's already ours. It's already done. Mark 11:24. I tell you, you can pray for anything, and if you believe that you received it, it will be yours. I love y'all. Have a good